So Season 3 is slowly coming to an end. We have 3.23 coming out tomorrow morning, which is the Wings of Victory, which contains of course, the big one, limited edition, or yeah, you could say limited edition, the demonic pack skin for Anubis, the tier 5 skin for this year's Odyssey, and then as well as the new god, the first Greek goddess, or Greek god period actually, Nike or Nike, whatever you want to call her. Basically, this patch is the last big patch of the year, the last big patch for Season 3 before Season 4 starts in January. And actually, just to clarify the thing, we are going to have an extra patch a little bit afterwards. Pretty much, if I'm not mistaken, it's the 20th of December, and that is for PC. That's not for consoles. After consoles, I'm pretty sure, like always, it's a week afterwards. So look forward to that. That patch is going to be very low key. It's nothing too big. They're just going to fix one or two things. But the reason I wanted to make this video mostly is because of the fact that I am hoping for some changes in Season 4. I'm hoping for some actually really big things to come by and some little small things that just change the quality of life of the entire game and can just fix the issues that I feel like have been plaguing the community and the game for the past month or two. Because I've been playing Smite for, I'd say, 2 years now, and I have never had as much trouble as I've had with this past month with this game. Every person that I've bumped into, majority of people, I'll say not every person, but it's been just toxic, and just people are so mad all the time. There's so much crap, so much bullshit going on. People always yelling at each other. There's just, it's a horrible community right now because the game just feels like it's not in a great state. And for an example, right here, I'm hoping that towers get buffed. I think this is the first thing, and also one thing that I feel like everyone wants is for towers to get buffed. Just please, just fix it. Just do something about it. Anything. I wouldn't say anything. Just make them more potent. Just make them hurt more, because my God, I'm tired of getting tower dove at level 3 and dying because for some reason the tower takes 10 shots to kill a person, and they don't even die. They leave with like a quarter health because they have half of a little defense item at level 3. That should not be a thing. That you should get extremely punished for that. It's absolute absurdity that that's even a thing. And the fact that this happens to me all the time. It happens in every single game that I play, at least. If I do a conquest game, it's going to happen. If I do a siege game, I'm probably going to die because the entire enemy team is going to charge my lane for some forsaken reason, and they're going to kill us just because they can, and they'll get away with it because they have a guardian with half a defense item. I really hope that they change this. I really hope that this is something that they look into, but that is just a list of things. But I think that there's a lot of little changes that I hope that they incorporate to the game as well. Some god balances that I feel like need to really happen. Just work on guardians. Just try to, hopefully, I really do hope that they change some stuff about guardians, like damage output, because some guardians are just way too powerful and they do more damage than some mages. So hopefully that gets some sort of changing, i.e. Ares and Kabrakan of some sort. Bacchus, I really hope Bacchus gets some changes because he's just way too potent. He's one of those guys that's just extremely powerful for no reason whatsoever. And of course, Kabrakan pretty much one-shots, two-shots maybe in most situations. He's a goddamn guardian. That doesn't need to be a thing. If you're really going to, treat a character that way, at least try to reclassify them like you guys did with, I'm going to say Ares again. I combined those two gods' names, and I said Ares, whatever, Hades. As you can see, again, Hades. He did just get a buff recently, though, which is actually fine because I feel like I've been playing him, and he just seems to be a guy that was underperformed. But his buff was actually justified. There was some stuff to it that was pretty neat, and I'm actually glad that those things that they incorporated to him. But again, you see that squad, that match right there from that clip was an entire team of Guardians. The only reason we won is because one of their guys DC'd, and I don't remember who it was, but he was extremely powerful. Also, there's some gods that hopefully get buffs, some changes. I think the one god that I can pretty much think about that I hope for a buff is, he's a hunter. I'm thinking of another hunter for some reason. I can't think of his name. Chiron. I really hope Chiron gets a buff of some sort because, man, he just seems like he's kind of getting pooped on. I actually don't remember the last time I've seen a Chiron. He's one of those guys that I just don't see anymore. I see more Osiris's than I see Chiron, and I feel like that's a big issue if that's really the case with this game going on at the moment. Changes, items, I don't really know of any item changes that I feel like are something significant. I feel like majority of the items are in a pretty decent place. I actually want Emperor's Armor to be buffed. I think that it's actually a really good item, but not a lot of people use it. I've been using it a lot lately. I do hope that for the cost that it is, they probably might buff the cost, but they might, change things like instead of it being 30%, it's 40%, things like that. 40% tower shoot faster, and 40% enemy tower shoots slower, or your tower shoots or yeah, their towers shoot slower. Just little things like that. Quality of life adjustments for the game. Maybe change the way that some classes work. Some map adjustments, things like that. Nothing too major. I know that well, from what the rumor says, they're changing the clash map and they might be adding domination back. We can hope for that. If they do add a mode to the game back, I hope that when they add it back, it's not completely just shattered off the get-go. I really do hope that for Season 4 they change the game and they bring it back to a place where it's healthy and it's just not toxic. It's not as toxic as it is, because I did feel like with Season 3 they went out of their way to do a lot of great things, but in reality, they kind of just barfed and they snowballed on a good amount of things, and the community it was awesome, don't get me wrong, but the community just really hated them for it, and that just happens. It seems to be a thing that happens with a lot of games nowadays, but with this game in particular, the community seems to be, I wouldn't say fleeting, but it's not the strongest that it's been because of the way that the game's been going for the past at least 2 or 3 months, in my opinion. So, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. Season 4 is approaching, probably mid-January, if I believe so, or the end of January. Hopefully we can see some changes happening, some big things going on. They are talking to pros and they are talking to people. They're bringing in community feedback. Send your community feedback to the website and tell them what you want to change. I hope you enjoyed the video for today, and take care.